Hi guys, it's Chrissy Girl. Welcome to part 4 of my Sonic Lost World playthrough. And you may notice that, well, I actually didn't show off the Tropical Coast Circus. So I figured I'll quickly do that in this part as well. And it involves a seesaw, so this is probably the most annoying circus in my opinion, because you're kind of having to make sure that you don't lose either one of the characters. You need both of them. Otherwise, you know, if you lose one of them, that's it. That counts as a loss of a turn, so yeah, that kind of sucks, but yeah. Definitely the cannon's the best one, followed by the trampoline, followed by the seesaw. And believe it or not, this time I screw up completely by missing Sonic, so lost a turn there, but who cares. I've got more than enough animals to, you know, get through. And you may notice this question mark has now appeared. I think this is something that happens for each zone. There's like this hidden zone, and I'm not sure, but maybe you need to collect so many red rings or something in order to unlock it. But I figured I'd show it off since it was unlocked. This is an interesting kind of gimmick. Sonic can fly. Since when could Sonic fucking fly? Well, I'm guessing that there's a massive, huge current coming from underneath Sonic, pushing him upwards. In order to go down, you have to hold the jump button. You don't want to go... I don't know what happens if you go too high, but you definitely don't want to go too low, because you'll die. So yeah. Wouldn't that count as going too high, since Sonic's technically jumping in order to stop himself from being pushed upwards? And yeah. I don't really have much to say about these sections. I don't think they're that great, in all honesty. It certainly takes a bit of getting used to, because otherwise, you know, you're going to be, you know, struggling a little bit. Or die. I'm kind of losing my train of thought here, but I'm not a big fan of these stages. Thankfully, this one is optional. You don't ever have to complete the stage in order to beat the game. But if you want, you know, there is a stage in Sky Road, which is Zone 6, where you have to beat one of these stages in order to beat the game, which kind of sucks. Yeah. Definitely takes a lot of getting used to.
Even without wings, I can still fly!
Yeah, you said it, Sonic. I still can't believe that you can fly, but okay, clearly you can. And that's the end of the level. So yeah, that's Tropical Coast completely finished now. I'm not going to be going through all these hidden zones. I will be showcasing this one because, well, it turned up, so I could hardly not go through it. And there's probably one other one I'll be showing off, because that kind of shows up just before I tackle the last part, so yeah. Now we're moving on to Frozen Factory, my least favourite zone in the entire game. So yeah, I hate Frozen Factory. It's my least favourite zone because it's just... Oh god, where do I begin with Frozen Factory? Well, for starters, the ice physics. I fucking hate them in this game, and I died. The ice physics are fucking annoying. If you press the run button and go at top speed, Sonic does this stupid ballerina twirl when he jumps, and that can be kind of awkward, I suppose. Well, at least it is for me to get used to. I mean, it's great how how fast he runs when he's on the ice, but it's just also really, really awkward. because he just goes all over the place when you try and turn him. And he slips and slides and I can't fucking stand it. Acts 1 and 4 are the worst, I think, for ice physics. If you fail to make that jump, by the way, and this is another reason why I dislike this zone, well, this act in particular, if you miss certain points, you know, if you go like if you try and take a different route, sometimes you'll just find yourself, going round in circles a lot. Like here, I've kind of backtracked without realising it, but I kept it in there just to showcase that it is very, very easy to just find yourself going round and round in circles, and I really can't stand that. By the way, if you're going on the ice, I highly recommend not holding the run button, but then again, I kind of already highlighted the fact that he's very slippy slidey when he's at top speed, so that's kind of a given. But yeah, Act 1 is my least favourite level in Frozen Factory. I skipped it because I accidentally ended up missing the jump again. I don't know why, that was my own fault, so I'm not going to blame the game for that, but it's really fucking irritating when you make a mistake and miss the jump, because then you have to backtrack, go round and round in circles until you do make that jump, and I hate it. I hate that so much. But anyway, you know, Frozen Factory is probably the worst zone in the game for me, so yeah. Is it a bad zone? Well, not really. You don't want that to happen, by the way. Oh, and there's something I can talk about. White wings. I don't know what the fuck, you know, they're actually called, but I'll just call them white wings. What do? Well, you remember in, like, Super Mario 3D Land, if any of you played that, how, you know, if you're really, I mean really struggling with the level, like you die 20 odd times, the game will then give you a power-up which will actually complete the level for you. It's kind of like that. I mean, it's not as stupid and over the top, but it's kind of like that. What it does is if you collect it, well, it only appears generally if you've died so many times. When you collect it, it skips you to the next checkpoint. Yeah. I'm not a fan, or suffice to say, of these kind of power-ups, because my attitude is, you know, how are you supposed to get better at a level if you don't practice it? Now, to be fair, you don't have to pick these power-ups up, they're optional. But it's like saying, hey, here, you suck at the game, here's a cop-out for you. You can just, you know, automatically beat the level, or skip past the really hard part of the level to the next checkpoint. You know, why would you need to practice at the game to get better? You know, you can just skip. Just skip ahead, and yeah, you'll never have to worry. You know. Yeah. I'm supposed to say I really am not a fan. I really, really am not a fan of those types of power-ups. So I generally try to avoid it when it comes up in this game, because it doesn't take as many deaths to trigger them in Sonic Lost World as it does in Mario 3D Land. I mean, in Mario 3D Land, I've never died 20 times in one friggin' level. So I've never really encountered it. So, yeah. But in Sonic Lost World, you can die 3-4 times and it'll crop up. Saying, come here. Come here. I've got an easy way out of this. And I don't like it. Now what you're seeing here is, yeah, I was here before. I kind of ended up going around in circles again, because this is another point in the level where you can easily find yourself going around in circles, and for whatever reason I did not run around that bloody platform and tried to get up, so I just thought, you know, sod it, I'll go round and round again and again, and if anything it stresses the point that, you know, yeah, this is stupid. You want to get up here, basically. If you fail with the laser wisp, then you can just manually go to the spring, or you know, use parkour to get to the other set of springs. And the game doesn't tell you can side jump when you're going up a wall, so I didn't actually do that here because I actually genuinely didn't know about it, because this was like the second playthrough and I generally don't check the instructions, you know the tutorials that pop up, what you have to pause the game for, and actually look at your gamepad. I don't want to look at the gamepad, I want to look at the TV. That's what it's there for. I'll look at the gamepad in circuses, but nothing else.
Whoa, overcompensate much? Man, how many military factories does a guy need?
If you weren't always destroying them, I wouldn't need so many.
And done!
Ah, thanks for fixing me!
No problem. Sorry you got stuck with a voice chip that looks like it was built by a 2-year-old.
I think I liked it better when I was trying to destroy you.
Yeah, well, feelings mutual, Eggface.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Before we start destroying each other, let's remember why we're working together.
Okay, please remind me.
Tails, we need Eggman to shut down his machine.
And you don't trust me to do it.
What? No! I trust you, Tails. It's just that...
No, you don't. You trust Eggman more. You know how much that bites?
I do trust you, Tails, but the whole world's in danger because I did something stupid. Do you know how much that bites?
Actually, nothing bites more than having to listen to this dreadful conversation.
Eggman, you bite!
So, Tails has gone all hormonal, and he's all like, "You don't trust me, Sonic? I hate you, you bastard!" Yeah. Full of rage much, little guy? I mean, I can understand where he's coming from. Tails is, like, smarter than Eggman in many ways, and, you know, Sonic's just really underestimating him here. I'd be mad too. It's just funny how Tails is just like, "You trust Eggman more." Top class commentary, people. And Tails said, So I've got another item, which I'll probably never use. But yeah. Let's move on to Act 2. Yeah, I'm definitely over the quota with the animals. Let's go on to Act 2.
Why are you still here?
I'm just getting ready.
Well, you seem to be taking your time.
Well, it is my time to take now, isn't it?
But what if I told you that you were the only one I trusted to be fast enough, smart enough, and pretty enough to beat the blue nuisance?
Well, I'd say you got the right girl for the job.
Well, that was so easy I almost feel guilty.
So yeah, that there was the next Zeti we're going to be taking on. That is Zeena, I believe her name is. She's the only female. She's... how can I describe her? She's, well, she's very lazy for a start, lacking in motivation, obsessed with her appearance. And clearly, evidently, gives in to compliments too easy, and yeah. But anyway, this level's stupid. Stupid gimmick. You're in a snowball the entire time. I don't know why. I don't get it. If you get knocked out of this snowball, you die.
It's cute the way he keeps on trying to get past all the death traps and enemies and stuff. I think he kind of likes me.
You mean Sonic? Why would Sonic like Zeena? She's a Zeti! But nonetheless, yeah, we're in a snowball the entire time. You can spin dash in it, and jump in it. But, you know, if you get knocked out your snowball at all, it counts as a death, which is stupid. Why does Sonic need to be in the snowball? I don't understand. So yeah, you notice that you don't actually collect rings. They kind of latch onto the snowball that you've got, which I don't really have too much of an issue with it. But you can only collect the rings, and that includes red rings once you reach a checkpoint. So that can be kind of annoying, but it's not that bad.
Mostly because I don't have any initiative. But you're never gonna get close to me, Blue Boy!
Okay. Well, at least she admits she's a lazy bitch. Sadly, Zeena isn't anywhere near as funny as Master Zik. I mean, my god, I found Master Zik hilarious. I might be in the minority there, but my god, Master Zik made me laugh. Going clubbing. The old dog's got life in him yet. So yeah, this level's not that hard to get through. Boring. Can take a bit of getting used to. Can be frustrating the first time you play it, but overall not that hard at all. Now you got these little snow creatures scattered around. I think if you spin dash into them, that sends them flying. I know it does for the big ones, which I actually didn't know when I was playing this. But yeah, it gets rid of them. These sections are kind of annoying because you get a red ring if you pot every ball. So if you don't pot every ball, you've got to restart the stage over again because you instantly hit a checkpoint as soon as you complete both sections. The first one's not so bad. The second one, on the other hand, I've never managed to get the red ring. But then again, this is the second playthrough, so obviously I wouldn't have done it by this point. You want to slow it down here because I've actually careened off the edge just because I felt like going too fast. Take it nice and slow. Spin dash past these two losers. And that'll send them both flying. That was the point roughly when I figured out that's how you got rid of them. Sorry, I completely missed what you said there. We're near the end of this act already. So let's jump on here. And let's go and fight Zeena. I'm really certain that's her name.
Oh, you're adorable.
Don't she look kind of like Shigo from Kim Possible? Kind of has a few personality traits as well. I mean, with the long green hair, the green skin, some of the personality traits. She's so totally like Shigo from Kim Possible. Anyway, with this boss, we've got to destroy all the snowmen. Bar from the ones with the bombs on their heads, because that counteracts everything. You hit one with a bomb on their heads, then that attack doesn't count, and all the snowmen go away. You have to hit all the snowmen without bombs on their heads. And the last one will always have Zeena in it, so then you spin dash into her and she goes bye-byes. It can be kind of annoying because you've really got to be kind of patient, I suppose, and not rush into it too much. Obviously, if you leave it too long, the snowmen are going to, you're going to fail the attack anyway, because they will disappear and, change position and whatever. So you want to be quick, but you don't want to be so quick that you're going to, completely screw up the attack. Anyway, let's see her one last time and she's done.
Gotta go. Call me.
No, I don't want to call you. Why would Sonic ever want to call you? Jeez.
That was cool. Pun entirely intended.
Your efforts are impressive, little hedgehog, but you are destined to fail, as the fat fool has failed before you.
I'll get fat from eating your black hearts, you Eggman wannabes!
Whoa!
Your threats are almost as amusing as your mustache. I must commend you on your invention, though. We get stronger and stronger as we leech the life from your dying world.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Where are you gonna live when your world's dead, guys? Oh, right. You've been dead, too. Too bad for you.
I will burn your world, you rebellious scum! I will destroy everything you love and make you rot! No! No! No!
Boss, your hands!
As long as I can still strangle a Zeti, my hands are fine.
And Dr. Eggman goes completely and utterly badass. Anyway, we're moving on to Act 3 now, which is actually not a ice level at all. You can probably already guess what it is just by looking at it. It's a casino level. What possessed them to shove a random casino level in the ice zone, I do not know. Maybe they thought, oh, well, Sonic and casino levels, they kind of go together. Sonic's always had loads of casino levels. So let's just randomly shove one in the ice level. You know, we randomly shoved a pudding themed level in, you know, the desert level. But that kind of worked in, you know, at least in English speaking languages, when you consider the fact that you only had to add an extra S into the word desert for it to say dessert. But here, I don't get it at all. But okay, it's still the best level in Ice Factory. See, we've got a pinball segment, which, by the way, I fail completely at. What you have to do here is, you see the number that was written below? You have to rack up the amount of points that is required without dying. Because yes, you die if you fail at the pinball section, which is stupid. It's pinball. So yeah, you have to rack up 1,500 points. When the point score says 0, then you have to knock Sonic up to where the arrow is between the names Sonic and Miles. That's a nice Sonic 2 throwback. Just, you know, knock them up there, and then you'll go to the next checkpoint, the next section of the level. So, yeah, just don't die like I did. I suck at pinball. And you want to know one of the other reasons why I hate those items that skip you to the next checkpoint? Because sometimes they're placed in areas where you can't avoid them. I'm serious. I could not avoid that. If anyone else has managed to avoid it, then feel free to let me know, because I've never fucking managed to be able to avoid it if it's there. Just, stupid. I know there's a few other areas in the game where you couldn't avoid, them either. Yeah, that's the main one that sticks out in my mind. There should be at least be an option menu somewhere where you could say, do you want this on, or this feature on, and then you could turn it off, and then, you know. But I kept it in there because literally once you've gone to where I told you to go on the board anyway, then you just skip straight ahead to the checkpoint that I've skipped to, so it's really not that big of a deal. And if anything, it showcases them, and yeah. I don't know what these coins are for that you collect. Is it just for points, or is it for something else? Because I don't understand it. Do you get rings from them? And I hate those shield enemies. I just really do. Sorry, I am showcasing quite a lot of negativity in this part. But I think a lot of it is just due down to the fact that I really don't like Frozen Factory. I mean, I've never liked ice physics in a game, but God, it just ticked me off here in this game. Or does it get you a life? It just sounded like it got me a life, I don't know. But we're nearly at the end. This is definitely the best level in Frozen Factory, even if I have had a little bit of a bitchy time throughout this level. It's easily the best one in Frozen Factory. Not the best level in the game, but... it may not make sense, but... I don't have a problem with it being here. And I easily met that quota way before I even came into Frozen Factory, so... let's move on. Oh, there's another bomb wisp that I'm never going to use. Yeah, you can only carry 5 items at a time, so you have to kind of, you know, get rid of one of you, get a 6th item or something. No, I don't want to go to Meebus. I want to play the game. Go. Oh, maybe it's settings where you can turn that thing off.
Move it or lose it, Snow Cone!
The last time we met, you ruined my nail art. Now I have to reapply a whole new coat.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? I am so sorry.
Oh, well, in that case...
Oh no, what I meant to say is, I'm so sorry that you have nothing more important to do in life.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that! As soon as my nails dry.
Sonic hit the nail on the head there. Just... yeah. If that's the only thing you have to care about in life, then yeah, you're just kind of... yeah. I feel sorry for you, Zeena. So yeah, there's more ice physics here, which kind of sucks, but in some places you kind of have to use the speed you get for the ice physics to your advantage. Though I still hate that ballerina twirl. Why does he do that? Is there any need for him to do a ballerina twirl, which just is awkward as hell? It also destroys some of the ice platforms, which is kind of lame. Particularly if you want to get to an area and you don't want to destroy the ice platforms. Or the ice blocks, I should say.
All I want to do is chill. But here comes that fashion disaster hedgehog. I mean, those shoes are atrocious. And the white gloves are ridiculous. Retro.
So, yeah, Sonic is retro, dear. He's been around since the 90s. But yeah, fuck Zeena. Not literally. Just screw her and her stupid fashion and her obsession with her appearance and fashion and bullshit. Not all women are like that. Believe me, we're not. So, we go down this tunnel. Avoid the boulders, because I swear they follow you to where you are. I don't know if that's just me, but I swear that they follow me to where I am, and it's annoying as fuck. Yeah. So here is where we can actually use the bounce bracelet. Well, the bounce attack. Yeah, because the bounce attack makes a return. You know, from Sonic Adventure 2. Thankfully it's not as shitty as it was when it appeared in Sonic 06. You have to use it to get through the ice here. And this is actually where I noticed that the parkour could be really annoying. Anyway, spin dash and bounce your way through these ice blocks. Avoid getting squished by these things and, you know, nothing to it. You have to use the bounce bracelet here though, because otherwise you're very likely to get squished. And no one likes that. I can actually hang on to the top. I stupidly let go both times. Because you see, I ended up getting bloody latched onto the bloody side of the stupid blocks, and that sucks, because I don't want to do that. And I seriously find it funny how Sonic just winds up standing there. Like, how did he get there from in there? There's no real continuity, I suppose. He just stands there. And I died. Duh. Moving on. Yeah, like I say, a lot of enemies are still making a return. You may notice the penguins. I believe they were in Sonic 3. And you've also got those pigs that throw bombs at you that appeared in Sonic 1. I do like these throwbacks, bringing back the old badniks. It's classic. And does anyone remember this area? I have no idea why this area has been randomly shoved into this level, but it was. Still, it's a nice throwback to Metropolis Zone from Sonic 2. You have to run on top of these screws in order to get them to go up. Now, there is a slight difference between the way these ones work and the way the ones in Sonic 2 worked. Because these ones will go down after a while. So if you do fall by accident, you know, you haven't screwed yourself in the foot. You don't have to go away and come back again, which you can't anyway, but you know, kind of obvious point. But it just, yeah, I kind of like how they handled that. So anyway, we're near the end of the level. You have to use the speed boosters here, and you know, use the ice physics to your advantage, because that's the only time the slippery ice physics actually do anything good, because they send you flying, and that's exactly what you want, because otherwise you will die. At least I don't think there's any way you can get across without having the extra speed caused by the speed boosters. Anyway, let's take on Zeena now.
Now, you wouldn't hurt a lady, would you?
Maybe.
Anyway, Zeena's boss fight this time around is even easier than it was in Act 2. She grabs a snowball, she flings it round, and then she grabs 2 snowballs and fling them round.
If these things don't come out, you're dead!
And if you use charged homing attacks, she goes down in 2 hits. I'm not even kidding. She's so fucking easy here that it's a complete and utter joke. Yeah, so that's Frozen Factory done. I'm quite relieved about that. We can now move on to a far superior level.
I'm getting tired of lugging your head around, pal, so I made you a snowbot body.
I can't feel my legs.
True, your robots are a reflection of your genius, Dr. Eggman. But this does give me an idea.
I think I know a way to cause the lost hex to implode using null-gravity effects. We could destroy the Zeti in one quick stroke.
And exterminate every living thing around them. Are you out of your mind?
Of course, there'd be some collateral damage, but...
Collateral damage? What kind of monster?
Tails!
I'm sorry. I suddenly felt very mean.
Not the best idea to put the dimwit's head on a battle bot.
In hindsight, I gotta agree with you, Doc. Thanks for the save. Can you get off me now?
I can't figure you out. 1 second you're contemplating genocide, and the next you're saving one of your worst enemies.
I'm a complicated guy.
And you? What were you thinking, Tails? You could have gotten yourself killed.
I was just trying to help.
Does it kind of seem like Tails was going, Sonic, hey, look at me, Sonic. See, I'm really clever. You don't need Eggman. Sonic! Nah, the little guy was only helping, but that's kind of what I kind of got from it at the same time. But anyway, next time we'll be moving on to Silent Forest, and we will be, yeah, we'll be, taking on the next Zeti. After the circus, of course, which really is another trampoline one. Slightly more difficult, but really there's nothing much to say about it. So I'm just going to end this part off here. I'll see you guys later.